Scene 1, opening title. As a large front of clouds gathers, we see the Warner Brothers logo appearing from behind the camera, flying towards the background, revealing sunshine, dim but getting stronger. The logo disappears in the far distance, making way for the title flying slowly towards the camera. Harry Potter and a Society of Silence. The title passes the camera, and with that, flash! Scene 2. Hallway in the Ministry of Magic. As cameras flash, we see glimpses of Harry, Ron, and Hermione being guided through a large hallway crowded by news media. The shots are in slow motion. People are almost shoving them forward. The scene feels uneasy. The flashes grow louder and louder. The three mains feel unhappy, rather sad and unwelcomed. The scene itself is dimly lit, except for the flashes of the cameras. There is indistinct yelling and murmuring, questions being asked, but not audible. Transition. Audio sucked away. Scene 3. A hearing chamber of the ministry. Fade in. Slow. Harry's face. Looking grim. Looking up. Reverse shot. Abundance of people in rows. Looking down to him. The people dressed in robes feel unwelcomed as well. It is dimly lit, torches burning, no sound. Inquisitor Salem to all.
This hearing is now in session. On behalf of the Ministry of Magic, I hereby call to the witness stand Mr. Harry James Potter. Mr. Harry James Potter, can you verify your identity in front of this council?
I suppose so.
Are you or are you not Mr. Harry James Potter?
Well, I am.
Very well. Would you be so kind and explain to this council what had transpired 2 weeks ago at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry?
Explain, sir?
Indeed, my boy.
I don't think I can give you any more information, as there already is.
What do you mean?
You cannot be oblivious as to what has happened.
Nevertheless, we would like to hear it from you.
And what exactly is that?
My dear boy, maybe you haven't noticed, but we are in a bit of a situation here.
A situation?
The Daily Prophet is calling whatever happened at your school already the Battle of Hogwarts.
Well, I think you got that right then.
What was that, my boy?
Why am I being questioned?
This council has been formed in order to validate the stories.
Validate the stories, sir? Why don't you make down a trip to the school and see for yourself?
My orders went to the castle, they reported to me, and to me only. I know what transpired there. Hogwarts lies in ruins, and there are countless bodies in my morgue telling me something of uncalled proportions took place.
So, why do you need me then?
Don't take this personally, Mr. Potter. This is mainly a formal hearing, like every single case of mysterious events.
Mysterious events? I surely doubt there was anything mysterious about that particular night, was there?
That's the spirit. That's the spirit, my boy. And that is why we are here to find out. asking you what happened on that night at Hogwarts.
Well, for starters, I killed Lord Voldemort. Silence!
Did you now, boy?
That is positive. Sir, I killed Lord Voldemort.
And how can you prove it?
How about you check for evidence at Hogwarts? Pretty sure you will find something rather interesting.
Mr. Potter, there is no evidence of you-know-whose demise.
That is impossible.
And yet, it is possible, Mr. Potter. There is no evidence.
I fought him. What are you on about?
I need proof, Mr. Potter. Proof that he is in fact gone and gone forever.
He hasn't been around doing stuff during the last 2 weeks now, has he?
Indeed, there have been no reports of any kind connected to the Dark Lord and the Death Eaters.
So, what is this hearing all about then?
Mr. Potter, would you be so kind in representing your want?
Why?
It is the proper procedure during these hearings.
No, it isn't. You're lying. Why don't you just go ahead and ask me about the Deathly Hallows?
The Deathly Hallows, boy?
Yes, you knew Voldemort had the Elder Wand. You knew.
You're not the man to fool, Mr. Potter. Very well, you told me you killed Lord Voldemort.
Yes.
So by the wand law, the Elder Wand now answers to you.
What do you mean?
Well, according to other testimonies, Voldemort was killed on the first morning after the battle.
Other testimonies, sir? Salem waves a wand. A parchment with a list of names comes up.
You are the last one to be questioned, Mr. Potter. We already had the pleasure of talking to Ronald Billiers Weasley, Hermione Jean Granger, Neville Longbottom, Luna Lovegood, Professor Minerva.
Sorry, why were those people questioned?
Seamus Finnegan. Normal procedure, Mr. Potter.
Sure. But why me last?
None of them mentioned the Deathly Hallows so far. You, however, did.
And why are you interested in the Deathly Hallows?
Truth begins in myth, as you very well know. And by looking at your resume over the last 7 years, you will have to admit that you had quite a few encounters with...
With what?
Mysterious events.
Where are Ron and Hermione?
You killed Voldemort by your accounts. Therefore, the Elder Wand answers to you. Is that correct?
If you believe in wand law,
don't give me attitude, son.
No, you give me some answers now. We just killed the most powerful dark wizard to ever walk this earth, and we destroyed the Death Eaters. I will not sit here and take this nonsense any longer. I want to see my friends.
Mr. Harry James Potter, I must remind you that you are currently under the oath of the Ministry of Magic. Everything you say can and will be used against you in further inquiries.
Why are you so interested in that bloody wand?
Well, as it seems, it is nowhere to be found, and the Ministry is adamant about finding it. It is an important historical artifact, and it belongs to us.
Does it, though?
Potter, I will not remind you again. You are under oath.
Fine. I killed him, so the Elder One answers to me. If you believe that.
May you then present your wand in front of this council.
I will not.
Are you disobeying a direct order?
As long as you don't tell me what the hell is going on, then yes.
The only way we can be sure that you really killed Lord Voldemort, to make sure that he is really gone, is the Elder Wand, since you won it from him.
Well, I don't have it.
What was that, my boy?
I do not have the Elder Wand, sir.
And why might that be, Mr. Potter?
Not for the reasons you might think. The Elder Wand is and will never be yours to take. Never be anyone's to take. Do you understand?
You will tell me right now, here, in this very chamber, where is the Elder Wand?
Wait a minute. You're not interested in anyone's testimony, are you? All you care about is this wand. Why? Why do you want the Elder Wand?
Reasons you will not comprehend, let me tell you. So, where is the Elder?
It is not in my possession.
Very well. Sentence sounds as follows. Until further notice, Mr. Harry James Potter is to be held in the holding cells of the Ministry until further notice.
Are you barking mad?
Until then, this council is adjourned.
Scene 4. Prison cell. Night. Harry's looking outside a window filled to the brim with stars. It is dark and cold. Merely a dimly lit corridor can be seen behind him. A guard standing at the end of it, looking at him, wand at the ready. Harry looks back at him, then back at the stars. Harry to himself. How did I get here, Hedwig? What does this mean? Nothing whatsoever makes sense now.
It is not you that did a felony, Harry.
What? Professor? Harry to the guard. Did you say something?
What you mean, Cat?
Nothing. I was just wondering. Never mind. The guard shakes his head and turns around, looking at yet another corridor. Professor! Professor Dumbledore appearing slowly in ghost form.
My dear boy.
How?
A good question for another time, I'm afraid. We need to talk. We need to talk now.
The guard.
Don't worry. He will soon leave to an urgency on the upper levels. Watch.
The guard is called by something out of the ordinary. He makes haste for the elevator and disappears within seconds towards the upper levels. How did you know that was going to happen?
The more poignant question is, how did you not?
Professor, this is serious. I do not know what to do. They questioned me, put me in a cell.
Indeed.
When I died, you told me that there would always be help in Hogwarts for those who deserve it.
I did.
How come there is no help to be found anywhere in this mess?
Look around, Harry. You might find it amusing that not only one, but two facts have not crossed your mind.
You and your riddles?
True. Well, for one, you did surely realize that you are most certainly not at Hogwarts. And secondly, you did surely realize that I am very much in your presence.
But why and how are you here?
You snapped the Elder Wand in half, my boy.
How did you know this?
You should by now know that I know everything there is to know when it comes to you.
I killed Voldemort. And I destroyed the Elder Wand.
But why exactly did you do it? You knew the consequences, did you?
Consequences? Like me being shoved in a prison cell for crimes I did not commit, for things I don't even know about?
Your imprisonment is regrettable indeed, but very, very important for the rest of my plan.
What are you saying?
The Elder Wand. It's not the most powerful wand in the world, Harry, but it is a wand that holds a secret. A secret far greater than Grindelwald and Voldemort combined.
A secret.
The Elder Wand was merely a vessel behind it all. A keychain, if you want. What do keychains belong to, Harry?
What? Keys? A key? Could you please stop the riddles and tell me straight in my face what on earth is happening right now?
Salem wants the Elder Wand, for it is the only vessel to unlock the tomb of the Society of Silence, Harry.
Okay. Maybe you should give it to me piece by piece.
Thought as much. You are bright, Harry, but not as quick as your firebolt. Now, the Society of Silence is a magical bond created more than 1,000 years ago. Back in that time when Hogwarts was first formed, built and opened.
Like a founders club.
The 4 founders of Hogwarts had nothing to do with it, I'm afraid. They went on and on about the daily business, not knowing what transpired right amidst their presence.
And what was that?
They were all being watched, Harry. Watched by a secret society. Much more powerful than you can ever imagine. Of course you haven't heard of it until now. I haven't heard of them until the day I got the Elder Wand from Grindelwald.
The Society of Silence. Precisely. How come you come... How come you know about them now?
I am confident that Mr. Ollivander told you one of his bedtime stories when you encountered him all those years ago.
Well, yeah. He said, "The wand chooses the wizard, Mr. Potter." And how, it is not always known. There it is, my boy. There it is. So the Elder Wand chose you. Chose Draco. Chose me.
Do you really think this whole play would come down to fate?
What do you mean now?
The Society of Silence claimed that only they would be able to change the course of history before it becomes the past, before it becomes reality. The Elder Wand is an artifact of their making, Harry.
Well, according to the tale, death itself made the Elder Wand.
You know it.
Are you trying to tell me that death itself is part of this society?
Well, I have become death, Harry. For I was the last owner of the Elder Wand that got killed whilst carrying it. For that I got punished with the deed of providing the next generation with the Deathly Hallows.
Sir, honestly, I am confused. I am very much confused.
Rightfully so, Harry. Rightfully so. I don't blame you. You, however, broke the chain of events to a degree you don't even understand.
By snapping the Elder Wand, you mean?
Where is your wand, Harry?
I don't have a wand anymore.
You weakened yourself tremendously by breaking your wand in half. Remember when you fought off the Dementors back in Little Widging?
Yeah, I kind of thought of that when I was at my hearing.
They threatened to break your wand.
What would that have meant? I wouldn't be able to do magic anymore. Hold on. Are you saying...
You legitimately loosened yourself from all that is magic. You can do magic, of course. But as you may know, only with your wand you are able to do proper magic. Much like Voldemort wasn't able to perform properly for it was your wand to hold and your wand to yield.
So, by snapping the Elder Wand in half, I basically killed my abilities?
Far from the truth, my boy. The Elder Wand cannot be destroyed by no power we here possess. It is a holy device crafted by powers beyond our grasp.
So the wand is intact?
Think of a tree. Roots grow back. They find each other. By now, I suppose, the wand is back in one piece.
You're joking! The wand is in Hogwarts. At Hogwarts. Below Hogwarts.
I never told you the task before you would be an easy one, mind you. You must return to Hogwarts and claim the Elder Wand. Everything else is meaningless. As of this point, you have become a member of the Society of Silence.
But sir, how am I supposed to leave this place? No wand, no allies, no nothing. I'm a cell. Of all places, I'm in a cell.
Harry, help will always be given to those who deserve it.
Dumbledore dissolves into thin air, leaving Harry alone in his cell as the guard returns from his duty. Scene 5. Outside the Ministry of Magic. The streets are packed with people going about their business. The rain is pouring. It is the early hours of the next morning. We dolly across the busy traffic to reveal Ron and Hermione, standing at a streetlight, looking around, looking behind. Would you please stop that? Stop what? Looking behind you, like we're being followed. Not too far-fetched after the hearing, don't you think? Gotta give it to you. It was a bit scary. Dad said they have no right to do that to us. And yet it happened. And we have no one to back us up. And Harry, they still have him in custody. Lord knows what they are going to do with him. Blimey. Don't paint the world black, Hermione. They won't send the Dementors after him. That's for sure. They all disappeared after you know who was destroyed. But why keep Harry and not us? You keep asking that? If they didn't keep him, I almost would be surprised. Scene 6. Cafe. They make their way into a cafe opposite to the ministry. They sit down, order a coffee. The radio plays gentle tunes. Reverse, showing the ministry in the distance. Reverse to Ron and Hermione. Alright, Superbrain. You up? How do we get in? I'm working on that, remember? You've been working on that for the last couple of hours, to be frank. Ron, you aren't helping. Like I'm supposed to be the brain of the three of us. You were always the what? The most beautiful woman I have ever met. You charming, devilish monster. I love you. I love you too. Now, how the hell do we get into the ministry? Well, there's no time for Polyjuice Potion, and we cannot simply walk into the ministry. Why not? Because that would be stupid, and only not really thought out. And did I mention stupid? Scene 7. Entrance of the Ministry of Magic. Hermione and Ron are walking amongst the fellow wizards through the crowd. They try to keep calm, yet it is very hard. This is so stupid. I can do stupid, Miss Granger. Shut up. They reach the elevators. A man stops them. Oi!
What's the purpose of your visit?
We want to go to the detention area, kind sir.
And why should I let you?
Because we came to see a friend of ours, Harry Potter. You may have heard of him.
Don't bark at me like that, young man. Of course I know who bloody Harry Potter is. The boy who lived, blah blah, yada yada yada.
Right. So?
Who might you to be? Any visitors have to enter their name into this here list.
He waves a wand and a list turns up. Well, my name is Severus Snape.
You, shut up. And you, my lady?
My name is Lily Potter.
I have heard of you, I suppose. I did hear of you.
They both flinch, unnoticeably, like they are being busted.
You are his sister, aren't you? Heard loads about you.
Yep, that's me. Good old Lily. Silly me. Silly Lily. That's what they call me. The man enters the names into the list, and both of them are out of hearing range. Calm down, calm down. I am calm. This is me being calm. Very calm. Man returning.
All right, you are clear, Mr. Snape and Mrs. Potter. Take the elevator down to shop level 13. Tell the guard downstairs where you want to go.
Thank you so much, kind sir. They move through the barrier into the elevator and gush down. Scene 8. Sub-level 13. The elevator arrives. They both exit and find themselves in a labyrinth of corridors, pointing in various directions. Seems oddly familiar, right? A bit too much, I'm afraid. They make their way left and arrive at the guard's desk. The guard is looking up, observing them closely.
Yes,
we would like to see a prisoner. Yeah, that's right.
Name?
Okay. Harry James Potter.
Now hold on, wait a second. Certificate status!
The guard freezes in position and slowly falls down from his chair. What on earth are you doing? Well, we obviously got busted, Ron. Should have waited for him to sound the alarm. Of course not. Say, that's why you are the brain. Huh? That's why you are the brain of the three of us. Scene 9. Harry's cell. Morning. Harry is sitting on the ground, staring outside, much like he did on his first night in Hogwarts. His gaze is empty. His thoughts are not. They are with Dumbledore and the things he had told him yesterday night. Ron and Hermione arrive at his cell door. Hey! Harry! Harry turns around, looks at them. Hi, guys. Looks back at the window. Oh no! They already fried his brain, didn't they? Hold on! He jumps up towards the door. You are here! I mean, you're really here! Of course we are! We are here to... She rolls her eyes. We are here to bust you out. Well, go on then. I don't know how. This cell is probably protected by a very powerful bombarder. cell door opens and erupts, leaving crumbs everywhere. Harry is now free.
Bombarda? Are you stupid?
Well, I'm successfully stupid. They all hug. Ron hands Harry a second-hand wand.
Here, mate. We might have to blast our way out of this. How did you get here anyway? It's not like you just pranced in like it's no one's business.
They both remain silent.
You're joking. What? It was Ron's brilliant yet stupid idea. And it worked. And what's with all that Bombarda rubbish then? Yeah, okay, that was mostly stupid. Hey, she,
Pointing at Hermione,
she stunned the guard. Did not. Are you mad? Oh, okay, I had to. But he would have got us anyway, so I stunned him before he could do any serious damage. And now the whole ministry is on our tails? Well, that's why we shouldn't stay here, mate. Let's get the bloody hell out of here.
they run off. Scene 10. Hallway towards the elevator. The three run past the stunned guard and make haste for the elevator. They are hesitant to enter it.
We cannot simply use it to get to the surface. You two can go, but I have to find another way. I don't think so, mate. We came all this way to get you, and now we will be leaving. Together. But how? Maybe there is another way. Another way to get out of here. Think! We were here before, and we got out just right. Yeah, but that time we had Dumbledore's army. And Dumbledore.
They look around, hopeless, helpless, waiting for some kind of alarm to go off, yet nothing happens.
I don't like this. There should have been an alarm of sorts by now. Maybe they are guiding us. They? No time to explain. I can't explain it to you once we get out of here. Look, follow me.
They run through a corridor away from the elevators. Doors rush by them as they pass hundreds of them, yet no person to be found anywhere. They come to a dead end and stop.
Oh, great. A dead end. Who are they? We should go back. There's nothing to gain from this. We need a fireplace. What? Flue powder, mate. We need flue powder. And by the looks of it, none of us have it. Can we disapparate? This is the ministry, Harry. I doubt it. We could try now. Can we? Or argue about whether we can or cannot.
There are footsteps behind them, a large company of guards and wizards approaching. Amongst them, however, is a familiar face. Professor McGonagall.
Freeze now, this instant!
They all turn around.
Professor! Hush now, Potter. Take these three upstairs into my office. This is a severe break of protocol, Potter. What can you say for yourself? I didn't mean to. It was us, Professor. We were trying to get Harry out of this place. Out of this prison. You see, it's unfair the way they treat him. The ministry will deal with its prisoners in whatever way it sees fit, Miss Granger. How could you be so foolish after all that's happened? Take them to my office.
Scene 11. McGonagall's office. The three sit on comfy chairs, looking at the tall bookshelves left and right. In front of them a large and heavy mahogany desk with numberless things scattered all over. Mostly parchments and envelopes. McGonagall enters with a breeze and sits down opposite to them.
Albus once told me that there would be a time where you three would need my assistance. I never knew what he meant. I never knew. I took this job in the ministry until Hogwarts is open for students again, which might as well be next year. Professor, we are so sorry that we've caused you trouble. I have been teaching students for over 50 years now, and never, I repeat, never, have I encountered a more delinquent trio than the three of you. Getting out of bed after hours is one thing. Breaking Potter out of the holding cell in the Ministry of Magic.
She smiles.
Albus was right about you.
They all look bewildered as to what might happen next. Harry frowns. Did you see him, Professor? Dumbledore, I mean.
Albus surely has his ways now, hasn't he?
If you've seen him, Professor, and if you talk to him, you know what's at stake here. Seen who? Talk to who? Dumbledore. Professor, please, tell us. You're not about to hand us over to the authorities. We went straight for your office, not the detention area. This isn't a hearing. This isn't a sentencing. You are here to make us disappear.
To be frank, Potter, there is no other way. And we cannot talk here about the issues at hand. See the fireplace? There might be flu powder in this jar over there.
The Ministry controls the flu powder network, Professor. There is absolutely no way.
You're smart, Miss Granger, yet a bit too naive for my taste. Do you really think they control my fireplace? I'm one of the high-ranking ministry officials. I can, as Albus would have said, do whatever I want, for being me has its privileges.
But what about you, Professor? They will all know you helped us. You will be punished.
Inquisitor Salem, the man who interviewed the lot of you, may be the highest authority now. But the two of us have a past. He will not want to come out.
Oh, a second, what do you mean?
Let me just say I have some leverage on him. And now I will leave, for I have received an urgent hour from Hogwarts. My presence is requested immediately.
She gets up from her chair and moves towards the door, looking back at them as they all turn around to follow her steps. And Potter? Yes, Professor.
It is always good to see you. And Miss Granger. And Mr. Weasley.
They all smile with ease.
And by the way, Miss Granger.
Professor?
Look after your boyfriend. He's quite the troublemaker.
That he is. McGonagall leaves, as they all look rather lost once more. Hermione immediately gets up and grabs the jar on the table. Quickly now! Where do we go? I am a troublemaker. Shut it, Ron! Where do we go? We need a place where we can lie low, where we can rest and think. We need a place to talk. We don't have time, Harry. Where do we go? I never thought I would say that. What? Number 4 Privet Drive.